Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's currently really early up in this baddie. It's kind of like, actually, it's not that early. It's like 7 something. But I only slept 30 minutes the entire night. I couldn't fall asleep. It was horrible. I wanted to sleep so bad. Like, my eyes are quite red, if you can't tell. And my stomach was churning. So what's up with that, right? Massive headache. My hair was wet because I took a shower. I was just horrible. Um, but Alhamdulillah, I'm still here. Yeah, get into it. Um, très bien. Right now, très bien. Um, Now, okay. So basically, the purpose of this video is quite simple. Um, it actually has no purpose. Not plain. It's quite personal. I've been quite sad lately. Oh, poverina, poverina. No, I actually have been really sad lately, and it's been a struggle. It's been really hard on me lately. Everything is just piling up on my shoulders. Yes, amazing, incredible show stopping, alhamdulillah. But it's okay, right? And that means that I must carry on, that I'm strong. But I just wanted to like say something, very quickly. As a person who gets attacked by shaitan a lot with waswasa or you name it, honestly, just random thoughts or just impurities or purities. I am a little bit OCD ish by nature, so the waswas is just piling up to that, making it harder for me. But I did realize one thing. Yesterday I was thinking about it. I was like, what is this dude on about? when you really think about it, when you really think about it, Shaitan's case is kind of sad because he knows he's going to hell. He knows that, and he wants to drag you with him. Perhaps maybe he doesn't want to be alone in there. Perhaps he will get lonely. So I was like, huh, it's really sad. Um, I was like, I felt sad for him, but he chose it. He chose that. But to put it in a different perspective is he wants to drag you, right? Because he knows you have potential, and when he sees potential, he gets jealous of that. He gets envious of that. And I'm not saying I have potential, but I do feel like I do actually. I think we all should be a little confident, right? Yes, not too cocky, but confident enough to say that we do have potential in how we worship. Of course, indeed, not about how rich we are or how many children we have or uh, you know things that only matter in this dunya. But worship wise, we have potential, and anybody who's suffering from that, I just wanna say what I wish somebody had told me. Sadly, I had to discover that myself because ha ha ha. What up? I currently have I do have like friends who are Muslim, but we don't see each other too much or we don't speak too much. So I do feel very lonely Muslim wise, and I have no how do I say, no transportation to take me to places where you know I should be in, like, communicate with. And so it's been very hard on that part, because I feel sometimes I do not have nobody, which is not true. I do have a lot of folks, but sometimes I do think it's better because the self realization, eureka is that we call it. That the wisdom really comes off. If you look in yourself. I mean, one thing. Okay, so when I was a non-believer, I watched this show with my sister, and um, and it's a funny show, right? It's a British show, and there was this one scene where the dad of this girl gave her a kind of like a coupon thingy to go to a therapist, and it was either go to the therapist or get money. It was like a coupon, something like that, right? But he gave her that for her birthday, so that's crazy, isn't it? Anywho, so she goes to the therapist, and the therapist says something that honestly is stuck with me because honestly it makes sense. She was like, "Oh, you know what to do. We all know what to do." And then the girl says, "So what's the purpose of you?" She just stays like silent. She's like, "I'm gonna need you to be quiet." But that line was it's so important because honestly, we do know what to do. We all know what to do. I mean, seriously, we all know what to do. Like in situations where like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. We do though. Like we do. Like we do know it's in us. That we know what to do. And I thought it was quite fascinating. And I honestly, what are we talking about again? I lost myself. Oh, so the inner wisdom is there. It's there. It's there. So you just have to like look a little bit hard, and you will find it though. But I feel like sometimes you do need to be alone to kind of just like take in everything, and it's rough. It's a rough experience, but it makes you stronger. I do believe. Um, you know, there is that. How does it go? That Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is closer to you than your jugular vein. So I think that's very very poetic and very beautiful. If we look within ourselves, we find that Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is there. So that's why we know what to do. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I thought that was very helpful. I guess lately I just been thinking too much. Um, not doing much, but thinking. That's for sure. And what you call it? I forgot. Je ne sais pas. I forgot. Wallah, I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot. I forgot. What was I gonna say? See, it's because I haven't slept. My mind is like. As a matter of fact, when I was actually praying Fajr, I swear to you, wallah, I was like shaking. It was weird. I think it's the sleep deprivation. Is that the word deprivation? And so, however, eh, yeah. And I also have been like very sick lately, like really sick to the point where it's kind of been hard on me. I have so many problems and at once, it's not one problem one day. It's like three or four or five or six or seven, and I'm like, all right, let's go, let's dance. No, okay. So basically, so I was talking to my mother, the other day. May Allah Subhanahu wa Taala guide her. And I love my mother. She's the world to me. And so it's been very hard on that part. She's not very accepting of the hijab. And I like the hijab, it really doesn't take anything away from me, honestly. I feel the same. Um, and, um, and Alhamdulillah, I don't feel any. When I put it on, I was like, okay, just me with a veil on. Next. And I dress modestly by nature. I really don't. I never liked showing skin. I never liked showing my arms. I hated showing my arms. I hated it so much. As a matter of fact, this is so true. You don't know them, but if you were to, hypothetically, talk to all my friends that I've had, if they ever saw my arms, and they would probably say no. Because I didn't like it. Anyway, so it was very easy. And she doesn't like it. But I like it. So it's been rough on that part. But inshallah, it will get better. Inshallah. I also need to get better at putting hijabs on, honestly, because rough. And yeah, I guess I'm yapping too much. What is this, Tonawari? Oh, I look like I shaved my eyebrow. You see that? Ah, nate. Oh, I think this one has a history. No, it's this one. One time, I was going to super glue something, right? I was gonna like glue it, and it squirted on my freaking eyebrow and eye, and I had to like wash it with like really quickly with warm water. I mean, it was like hot water, you know, because he had to go away, and it was a rough experience for me. Which is crazy because my sister almost got blinded. Is that the word? Blind. She got super glue in her eye, so she had to go to surgery immediately. And I remember I was playing with toys. I was like, okay, background, like, okay, just a little defense. So you may not think I'm a rat or something. I was 5 years old or 6 years old, right? And I was playing with what we call them, like cooking toys. Like that was I was in a Barbie girl. I didn't like Barbies. I also didn't like Barbies because my brother would take their head off. Yeah, he was a little bit weird, but that's beside the point. Love him. Anywho, so I was playing with them cooking toys. I was like, yeah, get into it, yeah. And I was playing with with a cousin, and she went downstairs, and I stayed upstairs. We were like in this house. I don't even remember whose house this was. Honestly, I didn't care. I was just playing with the toys, and she runs downstairs, and then she runs back upstairs, and she tells me, Anna, your sister is in surgery. We have to go. She got something in her eye. And I was like, okay, who cares? I'm playing. Let's just play. It's okay. She'll be fine. I will never forgive myself for that. How I was rude. I never told her that though. Keep it a secret. Yeah, but that was, and I think I go back to that memory, and I'm like, whoa, mean, rude, no bueno, and yeah. But I was always like that since little, you know, because one time, my dad was so we had cows. We always had cows, and what he would do is that he would get in the street. You will find like a lot of grass, like a lot of grass that cows can eat in my country, and so you could just like it's like you can cut it because it doesn't belong to anybody. I mean, it belongs to the government, but like the government is not gonna cut the grass in there. It's not like America that sees the grass being a little this tall and it has to cut it, you know, or they will die. As a matter of fact, everybody in the America will die. If oof, this big, that's a big no. But we let the grass, you know, grow all the way to our heads. Ain't nobody care. To put it simple, ain't nobody care. So anywho, so literally, it was a huge truck, right? And my dad decided to park and cut the grass. But the reason everybody kind of hated him for this, I'm sorry, no, hated his action. Loki hated. We didn't hate him. We love him. Love my dad. Um, we hated the action, this action, because we were like, Dad. Well, I wasn't like that. It was my brothers. They were like, Dad, this is a very dangerous place to park the truck, because it was literally a hill. It was a hill. It was a hill that went down. I mean, here's the hill, darling, so you can put a little perspective in here. Here's the truck. You see that? You see that, mate? You see that? Not very nice, is it? So basically, the car would slide down, basically, yeah. And my dad was like, no, I'll put the brakes. Put the brakes. And it was just the boys and my dad cutting the grass, right? Man's job. And I don't know whose birthday it was. Now, I have to be honest with you, we didn't celebrate birthdays at all. Like, we didn't have parties. We just had cake and that's it. Color day. Um, oh, no candles neither, so that's nice. We just eat the cake. Literally, we just eat the cake. So we will wait at the time that person was born, and then we will eat the cake. But if that person was born like around 1 a.m. in the morning, ain't nobody got time for that. We eating that cake at dinner. Like, come on, gotta hold yourself. Luckily, I know my birth time. It was 5 p.m. Thank you very much for asking. Anywho, so basically, what happened was the truck, despite it having the brakes on, literally started sliding off. Yeah, so we were going to go down the hill, and my mom was holding the cake. My sister was next to the brakes, um, and I was like, I was in the middle. I was in the middle of them. So my mother was here. I was here. My sister was here. I was in the middle. and I was pretending I was asleep. I knew everything that was happening, but when I saw my sister panic more, I was like, no, we gotta go. And my mom would move me, and I would be like, I was faking it. I was not asleep. But like, okay, so I was kind of, okay, so background, a little background story. I was kind of sleepy. I was, yes. So I had my eyes closed, but I was conscious. I was awake. I just had my eyes closed. But when I peeked and I saw my sister struggle, I mean, my sister got trauma because of this. So sad. And like genuinely, she got trauma. Like it's actually very like that was a very traumatic experience for her. It was so traumatic, and I don't laugh at her um at all for that. It was very traumatic for her, you know. And she couldn't because she was panicking. She couldn't hit the brakes. You know, she was panicking. She went in panic mode, and but I remember seeing her panic, and I was just like, oh, whatever. We were gonna die, and I was like, ah, whatever. And I pretended to be asleep. And my mom was like, "Oh, I can't move. My baby girl, she's asleep." Linda, that's my sister's name. Linda, just press the brake, the brake. And my sister was like, where? But she knew where the brake was, but she was panicking. So I don't blame her for that. Honestly, when you're being pressured by everybody, and you're about to fall off a cliff and die, you get the gist. It was not a very nice experience for her, but I do remember just literally pretending to be asleep when we were gonna die. Crazy. Another time we were having a near death experience was my dad. My father, he's a very good driver, excellent driver, but that time he wanted to get home real quick. And there is these curves in my country. You gotta be careful with that, because how many cars have literally crashed and so many people have died in those curves. You got to be careful, baby girl. You got to be careful. And my father was in a hurry. I don't know why. Honestly, nobody was waiting for us. Sad. And not even with food. Sad. Anyways, and it was my father driving the car, and my brother's wife, and my mom, and me in the back. And I was honestly in my own world. Like I was just like, I don't even remember what I was thinking about, but I was in my own world. And my mom, now she was talking to my dad. My dad was driving. My brother's wife was talking to my aunt. um, and so what happened was he decides that the car in front of him is going a little too slow. Now we were getting to the curve, to the curve. So it was dangerous. So you really couldn't see what was coming, if there was a car coming or if there was no car coming. Now, the drivers in my country are not very good. They often do not give you the signals that they're supposed to with the lights, if you're someone who drives. You know about these things. And this shorty did not give us any sign. And then so what happened was my dad, he was like, I'm gonna pass this dude. Okay, he going a little slow. And as he passes this dude, we see this huge truck. I mean, I'm talking like a trailer. I don't know what it's called. Trailer, just coming at us. The ones with the ones that have the head and they go like this, like that one. Those, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know how to say it in English. Era un trailer, o sea, eso es, era un camión, yeah. Anywho, so basically what happened was this shorty was like, and we were literally in between a freaking truck, a trailer. We were in between them. It was a curve. It was a curve. My mom was like, called out my dad's name. The wife of my brother literally was like, my aunt was like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I remember hearing my aunt was like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And I was just like, oh my god, what the heck? We're gonna die. I was like, what? I honestly like I don't know why, but like when I panic or something, maybe I did panic, because I have noticed that when I panic, I like laugh. It's kind of weird. I get the nervous laughs, and a lot of people don't believe the nervous laughs. They think we're like anime characters, so we're trying to be special. But honestly, it's a real thing. All right, it's a real thing. When you, for example, like and anyways, like I was saying, so we literally were about to die, and I was just like, But I was nervous. Like one time, I remember my dad got stuck in this thing, and literally, it was this thing got him like it fell on his leg, and it was so strong that it could have broken his leg. You have to understand that it was one of those things that you mix to do the pavement with. So you get the the bags, and then you put that and you mix it with water, and you create the pavement, and the little thing that you and it hardens. It's the pavement, and he has one of those machines, and it fell on his leg. It fell on his yeah, it was on his leg, like shin. And my mother was like, Anna, help me, Anna, help me. And I was like, I was like that, and they looked at me, and I was like, but I was so nervous, I didn't know what to do. And when I tell you, Alhamdulillah, my mom lifted that. I mean, it wasn't my mother who did that. Like, I know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He sent an angel because that thing is so heavy. A man can't pick it up. A man can't pick it up. Like, I swear my dad can't pick it up. Nobody. A man can't pick that up. And she lifted that bad boy. And yeah, that was it. And he didn't get hurt. I was very interested. Yeah. Honestly, I love that I came here to talk about depression, and here I am just yapping. Like, bro, shut up. Give us a good message. Alright, well, the message is, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, shoot, what is the message? You know what to do. You know what to do. Always, you know what to do. You're stronger than you think you are, and you're wiser than you think you are. Look within yourself, and you will find yourself. I'm sure if you only need a little bit of inspiration, and inspiration comes in very, 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 I just spit, disgusting, in very unique ways. Sometimes we just see a man talking on the phone, and boom, inspiration. It's very weird, isn't it? How it just comes to you. And the reason why it comes to you is because you already know it. Be an observer. Look, and you will find. Look within, and all the answers will be yours. Thanks.